This guy's pretty good, right? Normally I get these randomly. So we definitely need to be green, and we can be black or red. Or I'm sorry, black or blue, and we don't even have to be that color. We could just splash it potentially. So if we pick this, we just kind of force green and see what's open, right? We could even be like green, red with a black splash and just pick up like curdles. Oh, we're passing a curdle, fuck. That's awkward. Well, we're probably not gonna pick up any curdles on the way back, but card's probably worth it. Jellyfish, probably just ram through. You haven't played him in limited yet, but it seems bonkers. He's okay. He's probably my least favorite of the bunch. Because you can only cast using the mutate. And he has no like immediate enter the battlefield effect like the other ones do. So you're not getting like the same value. Pacifism's great. Probably the best card in the pack. So like maybe green, white with a splash, either blue or black depending on what we get. Best card in this pack is probably Of One Mind, Mutual Destruction, Mentor. Of One Mind's usually wheel around really. No green here. Are you going to play 3 colors? We've picked 3 cards. There's really no way for me to know what I'm gonna play yet. I'll take the black as the safest bet, I think. Oh, Capture Spear. Capture Sphere is the best card. Vulpikeet is the best card. There's no signals. Did I accidentally join a bot draft? I don't know about draft. Is it because black and white is good together? Is what because black and white is good together? Fixing. Strangely enough, Of One Mind goes really late. I think I'll take the bouncy spell. Like why you thought Duskfang was a safe pick? Just because that all the other cards in the pack weren't very good. So of the cards in the pack, he was probably the best. So blue seems to be the only color really open. Hey, Sample! 6 months of support. Thank you, Sample. Hell yeah. Were you here for the Pokemon earlier? I know that's usually your thing. You would have taken the Lynx? What did I take over it? No green. Signals aren't real in this format. Wheeled green symbiote and a Glimmerbell pack 1 and then cut out of green mutate the rest of the draft. I mean, that sounds like awkward drafting, awkward cards in the pack. Signals are definitely a thing. It's impossible for 8 people to sit around a table and draft without there being something. People have to play, right? Parcel Beast? Ideally, I would still like to be green main. But we have one good green card and two good white cards. But I think Parcel Beast is a good reason to want that. Helps. Maybe we'll wheel one of the other green ones. We'll see what's open here. There are two things that really mess up normal signals in a draft. Cycling. Na-na-na-na-na. Tiger Shark! I don't want to choose between Tiger Shark and Bone Lurker. Why do you do this to me? Hey. Hello. I hope I wheel some of these pretties down here. But I'll take this. Well, this guy actually kind of wheels sometimes. This is less necessary. I think it might be Symbiote, or we'll probably wheel one of these. I can be greedy and take this card. Couldn't you get the Symbiote? I mean, we have one mutate card right now, so probably not. I mean, I'd like to pick them up, but often you can get them kind of late. And the 2-drop slot I'm a lot more flexible with, because Symbiote and Glimmer Bells, Readers, they're all good 2-drops. You don't want too many of them, so a little bit more flexible. How do we feel about a black splash? We could potentially hard cast this. That card fits pretty well. Lets us get rid of the Vulpiki and the Pacifism. We got a dual land and a Bushwag. Both fine. We have an Evolving Wilds. Back from War is insane. It's pretty good. A bit on the situational side. I kind of want this Bushwag. I don't think, like, we don't even need to splash the black. And I'm more, like, if this was a dual black land, I'd probably take it quicker. What about the land? What I was just saying, I like my dual lands to be black instead of the other two colors. It works out to be the same as far as the number of available sources, but you don't want to be top decking. Like, you want your black splash sources to be free. You don't want your individual lands to be your splash color. I kind of want the Essence Scatter too. I'm really greedy with my mana base right now. Because we don't even have to go black. Right now we've got, you know, one black color and one black card and one fixer for it. Do we want this 3-drop or do we just want a dual land that we could cycle? It's the free-to-play account, so oops, too late. Glimmerbell gives us 4 2s. You love the Helica glider art? Yeah. Boon wield. Again, I'm being really greedy again. All of the fixing is here, and I'm just not taking it. We'll get punished for it if we decide to go deeper into black next round in the last pack. Right now, I just don't necessarily think we need it, so I'm being super greedy, filling out the rest of our deck. Like removal spells. But we also passed a pack one. Our pack one pick one. We passed a black card, the Curdle, which makes sense why we didn't see any black on this second round. So we actually might get more this way. Found the worm. We might wheel one of these. Probably wheeling Worm and Of One Mind, but I still think I'll take the removal spell. Hey, that's a good one. I always play this Mythos, but I never actually use it. It ends up being too slow. I think I would rather just have Otter. Is that sad? That's sad. That can't be right. Fixing. You've cut green Mythos a bunch. No, green Otter is good. So if we had I think if we had one or two Herons, I'd take the Otter there. We don't have a good way to get Otter in, so kind of fine with not taking it. So we could take a second Empathy or a Farfinder. I've been pretty greedy, so Farfinder. Probably wheel this Jungle Hollow. Oh. This draft pod does not care about fixing in the slightest, so... Whoa, we wheeled the Heron! Heyo! Maybe we'll get lucky and wheel the Otter too! Who would pass Heron but take Otter? Yeah, the green hasn't been wheeling around, so I don't think we will wheel them.
It's in the stories that we see. Like someone's waiting to be told. The act encompasses the lane. We watch the scenes we live unfold.
Both Mythos cuttable? I think if we're running black, there's no reason not to run a 3-mana instant destroy spell. Probably cuttable. Kind of fine with cutting one Farfinder too. The Ballad has like counters on it. This one's got Vigilance, which I would want if we had more mutates, but we don't. Because that still leaves us 1, 2, 3 sources for only 2 cards, really? Maybe that's not right. Bounce spell, situational. It seems weak here. Being able to mutate Gnar, Parcel Beast, Pouncing Shore Shark Heron onto a Hexproofer? Those things seem pretty strong. Usually the Petrion is when you want that when you have premium removal or premium mutates with like ATB effects, right? That's turn 7+. Aware. Limited usually goes reasonably long. I mean, you could argue, well, what if you face, like, you know, an aggressive cycle deck, but we're not beating that anyway, regardless of whether or not we cut that card. I mean, if you're trying not to play things turn 7+, then you should just never run anything higher than that, right? Cut one swamp, you don't need that money. I'm not gonna make any land cuts until after we decide what our cards are that we're playing. We might cut other cards and add more black cards in, or we might cut all of the black cards in, then we'll cut all the swamps, right? So if I cut one swamp now and then have to go back in and adjust the islands, and then we decide, oh, let's just not play any of the swamps, and we'll just play Space Godzilla as a mutate cost, and then we have to go back and cut the swamps again and then refill. And you just end up making double work for yourself. Is it a bit slower than Theros? It's actually quite slow, with the exception of a couple of the cycling decks I think can get kind of aggressive. The mutate decks also can get out of hand if your opponent doesn't have a removal, or if you don't have a removal spell for it. Like our last opponent went like 2-drop Shore Shark, Heron, and just like, and I never had to keep anything on the battlefield, so it just ended in 5 turns. But, you know, one removal spell and the whole shebang just falls over. But we want to play black, right? With Mythos back and Moor and Broko. Well, Broko you don't need to, if this is, I don't know, what is Broko? My point was that we don't adjust the lands before deciding what cards we want to play, right? There's no point in doing it, because then you figure out what cards you want to play, and then you have to go back and readjust anyway. So I'm not saying we don't want black, I'm saying there is sometimes the possibility where you end up cutting a color because this, you know, for whatever reason it's not strong enough or whatever. Or we add more black cards and then we have to add a land back. Major point being is I'll have 50 cards in my pool and people are like, oh, you need more black for the amount of black cards in your deck. Well, I'm like, well, I'm probably going to cut half of them, so then what? So you can go and add black and adjust, and then you have to redo it. Broko is the Godzilla. Yeah, you don't even need black to cast him. he's green-blue for the mutate cost. So there's a reasonable chance we might just not need black at all with the deck. So again, guys, let's figure out what our, 23 playables are, and then we'll adjust the land. Rather than have, like, we have 41 cards, so it's pretty easy to have, to have an idea now, but there's still no point in arguing about it until after we're done. At what point do you start to decide when you can adjust your lands? At 50 cards? 47 cards? 35 cards? Boar is a good cut. I think Boar is a reasonable cut. I think one of the 3-drop fixers might be a reasonable cut. Just because we don't have too many mutates for them. We can mutate onto every one of those 3-drops, which is nice. I kind of like the Thallid more than the Farfinder, which is unusual, but we don't have... We got another vote for Boar and Glimmer. I don't like getting rid of a Glimmer Bell. I think Glimmer Bell's really good in this deck. Can't cut Glimmer Bell with Parcel Beast. I don't know that that's necessarily true either. Like, I think Glimmer Bell holds up on its own with all of the mutates in the deck, not with Parcel Beast specifically, because if the argument is that Glimmer Bell is no good, but because of Parcel Beast we should have it, I don't like having 2-card combo. I don't like putting bad cards in for a 2-card combo. But Glimmer Bell with a 6/6 Trampler that untaps is pretty, Pouncing Tiger Shark, Heron. We have a ton of different things that make him huge in untapping. So it's not just the Parcel Beast. That is a nice added bonus for sure. But let's say it only worked with Glimmer Beast or Parcel Beast, then I would get rid of it. I'm not super opposed to cutting Boon either. Hear me out. We have Thinning with Farfinders. We have got Parcel Beasts. Thinning with Greathorn. Heron draws us cards. We actually have a fair amount of free card draw, right? And you usually end up just cycling the Boon anyway. I usually like to have at least 1 or 2 cards that draw me things, but I think with the amount of thinning we have, we've got 4 cards that dig lands out of our deck, so our draws are going to be more valuable. We've got a card that allows us to play from our graveyard, so that's kind of like a drawing mechanic. 2 of them, in fact, right? So that's, again, a drawing mechanic. We have Primal Empathy, which potentially could be drawing us things out of our yard, if not pumping up our things and eventually drawing us cards. So I feel like there's enough here to where we can maybe, skim down on one thing that we're most likely just going to be replacing anyway. Even money and 2 black spells. So this is 6, 7, 8 blue sources, 9 green sources. With several ways to fix inside the deck with Farfinders and Thallids. This is fine. 3 black sources, 5 black sources for 2 black cards. forgot to drink my water. I was gonna try and drink 4 bottles of water during the stream. I've been streaming 7 hours and I drank 1. I'm a little off. Just a smidgen off.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Thinning that deck, baby. Thinning it out. If we had another mana, I would probably just put the Parcel Beast in with the Vigilance guy, but we don't have it, so I think I would rather do 1 less damage and give myself the option of bouncing with the Shore Shark again. So news on the Hamlet, if you want to check, are you, Chris, are you in the Discord? I posted a notification in there. Alright, a little punished.
Silhouettes of you used to haunt my dreams. Nightmares laid to rest, no coming back to me. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
So here is a picture of the puppies. There are 7 boys, and we are 5th or 6th in line. So when it comes to the puppy draft at the end of the week, there will be 2 or 3 males left that we will get to choose from. You guys will get to help me choose, of course. And then I posted a link to the Amazon wish list where I don't want anyone to buy anything, but I want you guys to help me pick the puppy stuff. So you guys can go on Amazon, and even if you, so look at the list, see things, even if you think, even if we have an item like a dog bowl, food bowl, you can still go and look for a food bowl that you like, send me a link and I'll add it to the wish list. And then at the end of the week, probably over the weekend, I will go through every item. So like, let's look at food bowls. You know, I've added 4 bowls that you guys like, and then we'll all vote and pick on which ones we want, and then I will buy all of it at the same time. The reason I don't want anyone to buy anything off the list is because A, we don't know which ones are best yet. So if I add one and we find a better quality one or one that we like better, you know, we don't want multiples of items either. The other thing is it'll be easier for us to see what we're missing. This is my first dog and I'm really nervous. I want to make sure I have everything I need when the puppy comes to the house. So like How Not to Draft just added to the list the little bag thing that goes onto like your keychain that has like the poop bags, the little, you know what I mean, the little rolls for you to when you go on walks. And I didn't have that on the wish list before, and I might have forgotten it. So it would be something I would have to run out and get last second. So whatever, you know what I mean. So take a look at the wish list, help me add things, and we'll all kind of pick and decide on what we want for the dog. I'm doing this, again, not so that way you guys will buy stuff, because I actually really don't want you guys to buy Hamlet anything. At least not yet. Don't forget shots for the doggy. Well, you guys can't add that to Amazon wishlist. I'm gonna take the dog to the vet kind of right away so I can, you know, make sure I get like all the stuff. And also need puppy pads. Take a look at the wish list. There's a link to it down below in the description of the channel as well. There is puppy pads on the list. So again, that's not, you have to actually like jump onto the list to see what we have and what we can get that's better. Ultimately, I would like to have, you know, the best things we can find. You bet somebody will buy something. I'm sure. Look at the announcement, actually. It was kind of funny. I posted, like, in multiple spots, don't buy anything. A lot of people have been asking about buying stuff, so what I think I might do is, we'll do the whole thing where we, like, you know, take 8 dog food bowls and turn them into 1, and then maybe I will not buy anything for, like, the rest of the weekend, and then kind of give people the green light, and then on come Monday I'll buy everything else that's on the list, just to make sure we have everything. It's probably the best way to go about doing it, I think. How's everybody's Taco Tuesday been? Oh man, I haven't Taco Tuesdayed in forever. We can't leave to get tacos. Although to be fair, I eat tacos and nachos at home all the time, but definitely not enough. I decided to go with the Vigilant character here. I think if they're gonna remove something, I'd rather they remove the 1/1. If they follow up with some sort of burn spell here. I would rather keep the Glimmer Bell, and I think that right now, as far as board state goes, it's roughly the same. And if they want to jump with the 1/1, I'm even okay with that. I think that getting control of the board here is a little bit better, and you do that in 2 ways, by potentially killing a 1/1 for free, and not getting them to 16, because that's basically worthless, and also keeping the Glimmer Bell on the board as opposed to the 1/1 Vigilance character. The Glimmer Bell will have more value later. What is your limited rank? Well, the season just reset. I think we're platinum on both accounts. I play on 2 different accounts every day, so like I it takes a lot longer to grind up. Like today, I'm doing only 2 drafts, 1 on each account, so. I wish we had something smaller to hold open for the Essence Scatter, but I don't like not playing anything either and having them just like draw more cards. We'll probably need a flea treatment and a leash stake to use as well. Like I said, love, if you want to help participate in this whole thing, what you have to do is look up the items you want on Amazon that you think that we will want and need, and send me links on Discord. Unfortunately, I can't really, like, figure it out as we go, you know? It is a little on the tough side here on the stream. But if you want to just keep saying things randomly, you know, I guess can't stop you. And some of the items that you're saying are also already on the wish list. So I don't know if you're telling me you want me to find a different one, if the one that we have is no good. You know what? We were playing blue and we don't have an Archipelagore, which is a little strange. That card is pretty underrated, and I don't know that I've ever really played a blue deck that didn't have it. That card is pretty easy to find one of. You've thought a lot of people undervalue it? I've had it wheel in a lot of drafts, which seems crazy to me. You know, I'm okay with this because if he kills it, we can just recast it onto the dude. And then for now, we can actually untap it. It's pretty good. $60-card formats are all sleepy. So this does feel pretty good. With them being at 9, I don't really feel like they can retaliate at all. And again, we've got a really good option here because we'll keep stacking the counters on the hexproof card, and then we can give it turn it into a 6/6 trampler. With those counters stacked on top, and they're not gonna be able to deal with that in the slightest. If they don't have an answer for this right now, then we just draw an extra card. We can untap it if they do try to retaliate. We have some really good options, but again, with them being at 9 and max 6 mana, there's really not much they can do. They don't have black, they don't have white, which are 2 of the main cards for removal. They could potentially bounce it, but I mean, that's gonna take all of their mana. Another reason, guys, that I don't want you to get anything for Hamlet right now is a lot of the things that I'm adding to the wish list, I'm unsure about what size is correct. So for like the potty training, the cage training, like the videos I watched said that it had to be kind of small, like your dog can't take more than 2 or 3 steps inside of it. So like the one guy had a big cage and he had like a divider in it, and I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to get a smaller cage and then upgrade cages, like a nicer one when the dog's a little bit bigger. So anyway, that's another reason. It's a super grind fest in Standard. Yeah, it looks kind of shitty with all of the crazy decks. Interesting. It's kind of nice. 4 dudes means we can't attack with this anymore. Alright, I guess we can just win. There's no white, they can't massive pump. Could have just double attacked. 5, 6, 7. I could have attacked first too, and then if they didn't block, then we could kill one of the 1/1s or whatever. I just felt like they were gonna block, so it would have worked out the same. But maybe they didn't, you know, maybe they take it hoping to draw another reach creature or something. The double block. This is a sticky situation. You haven't played anything other than Limited in the last few months? I mean, that makes sense because Limited is the best, right? All right, 2-0. Personally, it's not even close. Hey, that's awfully curvy. We'll take it. Oh, they have a good deck though. Scary deck. Watch it burn. Definitely not a fan of when my opponents have companions. I feel like that was a really loose tactics. I would have waited until after I mutated onto it, right? Is that just me? Small chance. So mutating the heron first, there's a small chance that they don't have the second removal spell, and then we can maybe mutate onto it again potentially. Better than mutating this onto it, right? No blocks.
It's yours to leave, but it won't keep me from this hard time. And I'll try to carry on again, but I never really knew that it was over.
Loose. Very loose. We don't get to draw a card, but it does make this thing box with the crazy thing. Am I willing to trade this for the 5/5? I think the answer is yes. So I'm worried he's just gonna untap and kill our guy and then hit us anyway. So this way at least we get rid of the 1/1, right? And they do seem to be like a bit of a human deck. So I think we're gonna get whacked for 5 anyway. And I'd rather them kill this than the heron, I think. Ooh! Heck yeah! Super glad I played this. Alright, so we attack first. One, two, three, four. This thing costs 5 to mutate onto. I think I would want to mutate onto the bird and draw a card. It gives us another body as well. And then if we draw, I should have... Yeah. It's tough. I was thinking about trying to wait a turn and see if we could like Glimmerbell and make 3 bodies plus the 3/3. But this 3/3 kind of ensures this. No blocks. Oh, hello? That's scary. I want to go as wide as possible. Just in case they do get a mutate, I want to make sure I can, you know, get rid of whatever. Oh, shit. Down to one card. They can tap my shit down now, too, which is bad. They have 2 humans left, so they can tap down 1 flyer. Pretty good. And then they can do it again. Oh. Them not tapping this down is very worrisome for me. Okay. I guess it's not that worrisome. Now we've got 3 targets. They don't have enough humans to tap down all the flyers. Oh, now they do. Fuck. Well, I guess I can still untap this once they do that. That's fine. Yeah, we're good. I think. I think. Leech or Deadeye coming in next combat? Possibly. They had the opportunity to tap down one of my guys last turn. I think they might just not know that it's got that second ability, because I do that all the time. They have 1 black source, so I think they might just be dead. Oh, wrong one. Ooh, there is a green pump spell, actually. Take 4, 5, 6, 7. Go to 3. I wasn't trying to slow roll him, I just was trying to count, making sure I didn't accidentally let 3 damage slip through. I've definitely accidentally just not blocked something because I didn't see it before. It's a lot easier to do here on Arena than it is in paper. All of my black spells. It's okay. Oh no, he's gonna bring that card back and make it fight. So much cycling. Red. Is our opponent gonna like fireball us or something?
Oh, I could be all it is you need, 'cause we are trying to find a way to feel. If I could sleep, I'd dream of what we'd be, but I can feel you slip further from me. Oh, it makes it hard to be when you are all that I want, but don't have. And I'll run into the sea, follow this heart that escapes me. It escapes me, and I'm lost. Forget me, all I was and become everything.
I should have not attacked. I think their deck is just full of huge monster rampers. They've gotten rid of 2 of these, plus this guy. Now they just got this guy. I feel like that's a lot.
Although it feels like heaven, I can't wait forever. Old habits are hard to break. I'm losing faith. Maybe we're better off this way, but I'm still
Definitely happy we waited on the Heron. There never really seemed like a time where we would need it. This feels pretty good. And then if they remove it, that's okay too. We're gonna go wide. We've got Chumpers. And mutates for days. And we can always also bring something else back another way. Deck is thin. All right, 4-0, soon to be 4-3. Uh-oh. That deck's actually pretty good. Surprisingly enough.
As I wake up every morning, I wish the day would end. Because a day without you in my life, I don't know how to mend. And I was like,
Not great, but I think we might be able to race here a little bit. Any land? Any land, and we've got a really good turn. They can also do nothing. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so we want... Definitely not a land. So cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, beast. So they can't have bouncing sharks, right? They could have a big red removal spell though. Rock Slide, right? Thank you for the follow hype, guys. Couple of followers. Much appreciated. Coming from CGB's channel, nice. CGB's great. Scary for sure. So they could tap and kill my symbiote. Ooh. Okay. And then 2 damage, yeah. Okay. Solid, solid. No block. So it's going to be a 7/7 trampling vigilance. 8/8 trampling vigilance. Pretty good. Next turn we'll capture Sphere of the Porcupete. Whatever. We just have to hope they don't have a capture sphere. They can't have bounce shark, but they can have bounce spell. They can also have... They can't kill it with a red removal spell. They got 2 blanks. Having a hard time staying awake today? During quarantine, everybody's sleep schedule is all funky. Sometimes you're just tired. Just happens, unfortunately.
We crave for knowledge, for in the unknown. Our time has come to find what we once
They can't afford to ping this. If he wants to ping it, that's actually great. That allows us to attack. I'm kind of trying to bait the ping out, to be honest. Four, five, six. I kind of want to clear the board. So they can kill. They can clear the board even, or they can leave me my 8/8 and leave them. They can use the save the Porky Parrot and kill my Parcel Beast, which is also fine. Or they can kill the 8/8 and bounce the Parcel Beast. Yep. Which again is fine because now these 2 are dead and I'll just re-equip him back onto the field. What if this is a counter spell? Or 5. See that stick? Well, it could be this. Is the last card in your hand a counter spell? We're gonna find out. We don't have vigilance anymore, which sucks, but
They're calling you over, my head on your shoulder. Familiar faces.
pump spell, bounce spell.
We were
All right.
once more.
go to 1. And then we can cast it from the graveyard again. Ranking Claws? I mean, this isn't a cycle deck. That's kind of the only deck you see that in, right? Is the cycle. This is like the reason, one of the main reasons I thought we wouldn't need the draw cards, right? Like none of our games we've been depleted because we're thinning our deck so well with all of our cards, like the Farfinders and the Great Horns, that our draws are more premium. And we've got enchantment plus the card to get out of the yard plus another card to get out of the yard. Two lands on the play. We just need a land. It doesn't matter what land. We have a 2-drop, 3-drop that fixes. I think that's a very reasonable keep. 2-drop, like you're not gonna get 3 land on the play, right? On average. You mull, so we just gotta hit a land and 2 draws, and we have a really nice curve otherwise. And then we go Farfinder into Shore Shark. Is kinda nutty. Into Gnar, hopefully, right? If we can draw a land in the next 2 turns. Oh, I don't want to do that, actually. Take it back, I take it back! Let's go for it. Because we have an Essence Scatter, a mutate. We have another mutate if we draw an untapped land. If not, we have 2 turns. And if we don't draw an untapped land, we could capture Sphere something if they play something bigger than 3 power. And then play our blanked land. A removal spell here would suck, but like, that's hard to get around. This is ideal, right? That was literally one of the best draws next to just a straight untapped land. So we go here first. Hold open the counter spell. And then next turn we have enough mana to cast the Gnar, make a 3/3, bounce their dude. If they manage to stick something we don't like find worth countering. I feel like I'd probably rather counter it if they cast something. That does suck. That was bad. I was really hoping they were just going to cast something to try to box, like a 5/5. Well, I'm aware, it's just I'm more impressed in grinding. The fact that you're plat 3 and limited is insane to me. Really? 8? I'll take that. We're a tad bit punished for not having 2 blues here. So I play on 2 different accounts, KQ, so I do one or 2 drafts a day on 2 different, one account and then 2 on another account. So it's actually a little hard for me to rank. So I'm high plat on both accounts. so it makes ranking much slower. But I certainly play enough. Fudge sickles. Their removal is so good. Can you stop now? They turn 1 are 2/2'd with dead weight, and then they dire tactics our thing, and then they did this. Calm the fuck down, guys. It's just a little shark. It didn't do nothing to nobody. Yeah, if you want to use your removal spell on this, go for it. I think it's gonna be a 4/2, yeah. I feel like we could wait on this. Our opponent's at 9. So I was kind of hoping they might like try to block and then pump, and then in response we fight. I think we're gonna fight here regardless of what happens. We still have a few mutates left. Oh, double Curdle deck. So good. Now that thing's got Menace too. Oh no. Oh no again. Alright, GG's, we lost. Double, they had all the answers. Five, 6, 7. That's Xaxes. Yeah, we're dead. They did top deck very well. Close game. I was bummed I never got anything. I didn't have anything worth getting out of the yard. A little rough. We're on the draw, so we've got 3 drops. Pretty good. I think this is fine on the draw. Cycling deck. Yo. I like this song a lot. No stick. Oh, shit, I didn't play the land. Fuck. My bad. They're not casting things, and it's scaring me. I don't really want to play these things. I think I've been playing Heron too soon, more often than not. Our opponent just has like mono 5-drops? Is it easy to set up? I'm considering getting it. It's pretty good. So they just are splashing blue? They couldn't do anything with all the white and blue in the world before, so... Kinda wanna just do this and draw a card. Mana Screw with red. That's what he gets, the dirty cycling deck. I just don't want to mutate too soon and get blown out by, like pacifisms or divine arrows. So I think holding on to the mutate until some of that stuff is depleted is a little bit better. The removal is just too good in this format, so it seems. Lethal two ways. Why did you play land? You need 6 for it? Because this land cycles. I'm gonna do this so it gets lands anyway, and I'm far more likely to cast the Heron or the Capture Sphere next time to lock up lethal. So worst case scenario, I think I would rather save this for the extra draw, because we're gonna get the land eventually, and I'm not super worried about it now. I can't see any scenario where we want to cast this next turn over a Heron or a Capture Sphere. So they could have 2 answers here. A Divine Arrow with the Pacifism would be pretty gross. So like we're gonna get a land with the Farfinder here if they have the 1 removal spell that kills it, like that stops us here. We could have Heroned and that would have been potentially lethal, but I don't think that's worth it. So now we just make lethal 3 different ways. The only thing we have to play around is the white spell that allows us to keep a thing, right? And now we can play Glimmerbell, still do all the things. I don't understand why not playing a tapped land if you have it. It's still a turn late. It's not a turn late. We have more than enough mana than we need, and I can cycle this for another card. So we're not gonna play the 6-drop regardless of what we do. We're gonna be playing a 4 or 5-drop no matter what. There's no world where we're gonna cast that 6-drop over the other 2 cards, which we have enough mana for. So if I draw another land and and then we have other cards as well. We have 3 mutate cards or two foxes and a mutate that get more land out. So over time, over the next 2 or 3 turns, we're most likely going to draw some lands, and then being able to redraw that one is very good, right? So yeah, we maybe want to get to 6 lands eventually, but we don't need to do it now, so I kind of like holding open that option. The only way we really get punished for it is, like, let's say we draw like an Essence Scatter and we want to cast that plus hold open the Essence Scatter, but we have one of them. It's a very specific thing. And we had lethal 3 different ways on their 5 mana, so it felt very comfortable. Another argument, which isn't in this situation, but if your opponent has black land, oftentimes I'll want to hold on to a land no matter what, towards that point in the game in case they decide to mutate and make me discard. If there was any situation I can think of that I would want to cast that 6-drop, then I absolutely would have. But I think the value of our other cards were just too strong. Do we have 6 or 5 wins, guys? Uh-oh. We're playing against a cycling deck on the play. Feels bad. We do not like that. No, sir. You thought you saw 6 wins? Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. It doesn't matter too much. I usually lose to cycling on the draw. Or on the play. There isn't a whole lot we can do about it, unfortunately. Well, Pouncing Tiger Shark could slow it down a bit if we can get that far. But, like, I can't block this feasibly. I need a land. If I can get a land and make another 3/3, we'll be set. But it might be too fucking late is the problem. You checked the clip? Oh, nice. Thanks, Red. So we need to win one of the next 2 games. I am not going to block. I should have probably attacked, but maybe not. Okay. No, I really need the land. Why? Oh, we're dead now. If I could Pouncing Tiger Shark the Porcuparrot or the Prickly Marmoset, whatever, then we might have a chance, but at least we drew something that helps us, but it's a little too late. That's the problem with the deck that we're facing right now, is that they'll be able to just finish you off with Reach, unfortunately. Definitely down to chump this Farfinder, though. Probably also chumping this Glimmerbell. Alright. So they don't have anything that does any big damage quite yet. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we go to 5? It's sketchy. But we're not out of the game yet. right? Because we can mutate, bounce, as long as they don't have doodly squat. Don't kill it in response. Do you really have the thing? I would be so upset if you had the thing. Okay. Prickly Marmoset, get out of here. All right. Now we just have to fade a whatchamacallit for a bajillion turns and we'll be fine, right? Ooh, maybe I should have put the other thing there, actually. We got 2 blockers. I guess if they have, maybe we shouldn't attack. If they've got cycle, we're in trouble. I definitely I needed the blue actually. So next turn we can have 4 mana with the Farfinder. Hopefully we just draw another we can just mutate right now. That would actually be fine too. That's actually probably just better. Yeah, maybe we just mutate. Bounce the dude again. Make another 3/3. Oh no, that's really, really, really bad. Actually. So that is 5 mana for 5, so we don't have enough for that. Because they can, oh my god, they can mutate so many things. Yeah, we can't target him, but that's not going to save us because we're at 5, right? If they tap everything else down, that doesn't really help us. So... I'm going to just mutate. We're going to make another dude and bounce a dude. So 2 cyclers. Just... yeah. We're really playing it close to the belt. That's 1 cycler. And they could actually pay the mana to kill the Glimmer Bell, and that would be rough. I'm hoping they don't. If they draw another site, they have to make the decision first. Two damage. Okay, that's good. If they tried to kill the Glimmerbell, they could potentially kill us here. Now I don't think they can kill us if they draw another cycling card. This way the white pump spell doesn't kill us and the double strike doesn't kill us. I would rather kill one of these considering the cycling issue, but that said, we can actually go kind of wide next turn. Or right? We have enough mana to do 3 creatures. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's not quite. So we got to fade. How many cycling cards? 3? 2? We have no more cards. Oh, this thing has trample. Yeah, they might just be dead. And they put enough things under that. That's gonna be a 6, 7, 7. They just need to, yeah, I don't think they can put enough stuff under it. As long as I don't accidentally double tap 4 forests for this. Woo! Is that it? I think that might be it. Yeah! We did it, team! Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. If you enjoyed the content, please click the link below to check out our sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. Without them, none of this content would be possible, and they've actually given us a 5% off code, so check that out. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have signed up for my Patreon. Many of you guys see your names here on this screen, and again, none of this content would be possible without you, so thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.